Welcome. Today we are going to see the ninth chapter of 11th standard chemistry, that is elements of group 13, 14 and 15. This is Snehal Chopde from SSGM College, Kopargaon. So in this today's chapter we are going to deal with various properties, elements and their groups. So first we are going to see the elements and their groups. Which elements are there in the particular group? The elements boron, aluminium, gallium, indium and thallium constitute the group 13. That is, these elements are present in group 13 and they are called as the boron family. Since the first element is boron, we call this group as the boron family. And which is that group? That is group 13. Next is the carbon family. Here the elements carbon, silicon, germanium, tin and lead form the group 14. And this group 14 is called as the carbon family, since here in this group carbon comes first in as a element. So group 13 is called as boron family and group 14 is called the carbon family. Next here comes the group 15, which is called as the nitrogen family, since the element nitrogen is present in group 15. So here it consists of nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth. So these are the elements and these are their groups. And group 13 is called as boron family, group 14 is called as carbon family and group 15 is called as the nitrogen family. Next we are going to see the electronic configuration of these elements which belong to group 13, 14 and 15. So the general outer electronic configuration of group 13 element is Ns2Np1. Whatever elements are present in group 13, in the outermost shell, how many electrons are there? You can see the electronic configuration goes Ns2 and Np1. That is, in the outermost electron, outermost shell, one electron is present. Next we are going to see of group 14. In group 14, the outer electronic configuration becomes Ns2Np2. What is the difference between the two groups? In group 13, there was Np1, whereas in group 14, there is Np2. The difference of one electron is there in the outermost shell. In group 15, here the configuration becomes Ns2 and Np3. That is, here we can say that in group 13, 14 and 15, one electron goes on increasing. Here group 13 1 electron, in group 14 Np2 that is 2 electron and in group 15 Np3 that is 3 electrons are present. So these electronic configuration differ from their nearest inert gas by 3 or 4 electron. Whatever the nearest inert gases are present in the periodic table, which has the nearest electronic configuration to these elements, they are only differing from 3 to 4 electrons. That is, only 3 to 4 electrons may be more in comparison to the inert gases of the group. So condensed electronic configuration of elements of group 13, 14 and 15. So here what is meant by condensed electronic configuration? That is, as we have mentioned before, here you can see that the nearest inert gas, they are having the electronic configuration. So here you can see in the first boron is given in group 13. Here helium gas is present. That is, and the outer electronic configuration is given 2s2 and 2p1. While in group 14 you can see of carbon, that is, again helium is there and 2s2 and 2p2 is given there. Whereas in group 15, which is called as the nitrogen family, you can see that if you are going to see the bismuth, that is which is the last element of group 15. There xenon gas is there, which is having the nearest electronic configuration of bismuth, and accordingly the remaining electronic configuration is given, that is F shell is given 4F, 5D, 6S and 6P. So when you are taking the nearest inert gas and then you are giving the electronic configuration of the particular element, we call it as the condensed electronic configuration of that element. So based on this table, we are going to see one numerical problem, that is atomic numbers of group 13 elements are in the order. Here order is given: boron, aluminium, gallium, indium and thallium. So here order is given, that is it goes on increasing. The lowest is of boron and the largest is of thallium. Now the question is that you have to arrange these elements in increasing order of ionic radii of M3+. Increasing order of ionic radius, we are going to give the arrangement of the elements, that is in increasing order. So it goes, the explanation is here, an increasing order of atomic number. We can see that as we go down the group 13, there is the increasing order of atomic number. The atomic number goes on increasing if you go down the group 13. Next, outer electronic configuration is given, that is NS2 and NP1. Here the outermost electronic configuration of group 13, it has the electrons NS2 and NP1. Now M3+, here M3+ is there, that means removal of 3 electrons from the outermost shell N has been done. Since there are 3 electrons less, it has gained the 3 positive charges. Therefore, it is having M3+ as the sign. Now in M3+, N1 shell becomes the outermost shell and signs of N-1 shell increases down the group. It goes on increasing when you go down the group. Therefore, the ionic radii of M3+ also increase down the group. If the size goes on increasing, that means the radius, that is the ionic radius, also goes on increasing as you go down the group. Therefore, the order, that is the increasing order of ionic radii, becomes B3+ less than Al3+, and Al3+ is less than gallium 3+, indium 3+, and thallium 3+. So this is the order of ionic radii, that is the increasing order. Very simple problem was there. Already order was given in your question. What you are going to do, since M3+ is having 3 electrons less, it has gained the charge 3+, and as you go down the group, the size increases. If the size increases, the ionic radius also increases as you go down the group 13. So this was the solution of this problem. Next, we are going to see trends in atomic and physical properties of elements of group 13, 14 and 15. What is the trend of atoms and their physical properties? So the elements of group 13 show a wide variation in properties. In group 13, boron is a metalloid. You might have heard the word metalloid. Metalloid means here the substance, it consists of both the properties of metal and non-metal, that is it is in between metal and non-metals, therefore it is called as metalloid. Now in the same group, here the boron, it has glossy and hard solid like metal. Glossy, that means it is having shine, and it is hard solid. That means how the metals are possessing the properties, in the same way it is having the properties, that is the shine and the texture is also hard. But it is a poor electrical conductor. Since it is a poor electrical conductor, we know that non-metals are poor electrical conductor. Therefore, we say that it is a metalloid, since it consists of both the properties of metals and non-metals. Next, the other elements they are fairly reactive metals. Except boron, other elements are reactive metals. They are metals, that means they are good conductor of electricity. Aluminium is the third most abundant element in the earth crust. In the earth's crust, the third abundant element which is found, it is aluminium. So this was the trend of atomic number and physical properties. Now, special physical properties of elements of group 13 we are going to deal. Here a table is given. You can see in the table that here element is given: boron, aluminium, gallium, indium and thallium. So here you can see that the atomic radius, atomic mass, atomic number is given. So here you can see in atomic radius, the radius goes on increasing as you go down the group. Boron is having 88, aluminium 143, gallium 135 and indium 167, and at last thallium is having 170 atomic radius. In the same way, as the size increases, the ionic radius also goes on increases. So here boron is having 27 ionic radius while thallium is having 88.5 ionic radius. Ionization enthalpy is also given, that is kilojoule per mole. Here you can see 3 columns are given, first, second and third, and here ionization enthalpy is given. Electronegativity, density, melting point and boiling point is also given here, which is given in Kelvin, melting point and boiling point. So here these are the physical properties of elements of group 13. The main thing you are going to keep it in mind is that as you go down the group, the atomic radius increases, and since atomic radius increases, ionic radius also goes on increases. So next we are going to deal with the problem. Here the values of first ionization enthalpy of aluminium, silicon and phosphorus are given, which are 577, 786 and 1012 kilojoule per mole. Now explain the observed trend. Now what you have seen in the table, just based on that we are going to solve this problem. Here values are given of ionization enthalpy. So according to that, what does the enthalpy shows us? That the trend shows increasing first ionization enthalpy. As you go from aluminium to phosphorus, the lowest enthalpy is 577, that is of aluminium, and the largest is of phosphorus, that is 1012 kilojoule per mole. It goes on increasing. Now aluminium, silicon and phosphorus, it belongs to 13 period. Since it belongs to 13 period, they have the same valence shell. And therefore due to the increased nuclear charge of electrons in the valence shell, if the nuclear charge increases, that means here they are more tightly, the electrons are more tightly held by the nucleus as we go from aluminium to phosphorus. And if they are more tightly held, that means they are having the strongest bond between them. Therefore, more energy is required to remove an electron from its outermost shell. You might have seen that nucleus is the innermost part of the atom, and the nucleus, it keeps the outermost electron intact with itself. And if you want to remove the outermost electron, you will require more energy. If they are loosely bound, then they can easily be removed from the outermost shell. But here in group 13, they are tightly held, and since they are tightly held, you will require more energy to remove the outermost electron from the shell. This was about the problem, and in today's session of element of group 13, 14 and 15, we have seen the physical properties and the problems based on it. Thank you for attending today's session. We will be back soon with our second session. Till then, take care and be safe. Study well. Thank you.